Okay, so before we get into the video, this is going to make sense at the end. So remember this part right here, but this is actually a bullish scenario for what's going on right now. So this says Gas says not so bad if Dr. Profit pays $12 million of Omi. Now you're gonna understand this at the end of the video. Just keep this in mind. Not so bad if Dr. Profit buys $12 million of Omi. But he would have to return the billions of Omi back to Ben. If you hold Omi, you want Ben to win the lawsuit. So they saying you want Ben to win the lawsuit. He says around 2 billion Omi, it sounds like. I think it depends on what Dr. Profit does with the 12 million if he wins. If Ben dumps and Dr. Profit buys, it's all good. Also, maybe this is all just trying to get Ben to drop the case against Ecomi. So this is a very bullish scenario for what's going on. This is a very bullish scenario for what's potentially going on here. But let me know what you all think. And it's crazy that they're automatically tagging him with this stuff going on. That's crazy. But yeah, let me know what you all think. Let's get into the video. Yo, what's going on, y'all? I'm Cavell Anderson, and we're back with another Veve and Ecomi video. And this one, we're gonna be talking about something that's actually not that great. It's not looking as great. It's gonna be a little update on the case with Ben Godenzi and the Veve whale. So we're gonna be going into this a little bit. Because an update has happened that's not looking as bullish as it once was, but we'll talk about it. We'll see how everyone's feeling about it. We need more information, so I don't want anybody to panic, get upset and stuff like that, or anything like that. We need to understand things. It's important to just take your time, calmly think about things, think through every possible scenario. Don't just sit here and try to side with the side of positivity or side with negativity. Be in the middle, be unbiased, and look at how things are going and make sure you're in the right position. So anything that could happen, any blowback that could happen, your risk is mitigated. That's all you need to do. You just need to focus on putting yourself in the best position. No one in this community, no matter how often you like each other's tweets on Twitter, how much you comment with each other, talk to each other in spaces or in YouTube comment, any of that, no one is going to look out for you but you. And that is why I approach my YouTube channel in the way that I do, because as I learn things, as I grow, as I improve, I tell you all the things that I'm learning, the things that I'm doing, the things that I'm seeing, so you have no excuse. Now, if you want to take it as, oh, he keeps attacking Veve, it's all because of Quid. If you want to sit here and spin some random narrative, he just needs views, as if the last 2 years in Veve, I've gained like 4 million views. The first day that I started my new business, I gained 5 million views in that first day. So the narrative that people spin, like, make sure you do research and educate yourselves. So people spinning these crazy narratives, you're not falling for it. Like, I get views. Like, this is not getting views in Veve doesn't actually matter to me. As much as like I clickbait and I do what I do because this is the proper way to do YouTube, first off. And then it's important to get the messages out there and to discuss these topics. People who really want to make money, who are here to really understand what's going on, they need to see the content that I post. Now, if they choose not to watch it, I don't care. You can't, like, when stuff like this happens and you say that, oh, I had no idea. I told you, you don't want to watch me because you don't like me. That's on you. At that point, I don't care. I don't go out of my way to get views. So that being said, we finna jump into it. We're going to start off with a different topic, but I mean, it's just as important. And it goes back to what I was just talking about. So be sure to drop that thumbs up, subscribe, and turn on notifications. So as you can see, the Gale, he posted a meme here. He says, I'm not an influencer. You're an influencer. Just in, the SEC charges 8 social media influencers and $100 million stock manipulation scheme promoted on Discord and Twitter. So Discord and Twitter influencers, both of the platforms where Veve has its influencers, by the way, Discord and Twitter influencers have just been charged by the SEC. It's like, there you can see Veve Disdo Collectibles saying, Discord mods in disbelief. K tagged me laughing. Shout out to our man K, bro. And yeah, you know I had to say something slick with it. Like, this community keep taking so many L's to one crazy guy with a $10 Omi prediction. Funny enough, it's also a community driven post. Project. So that being said, man, people want to sit here and argue that, oh, Discord mods aren't influencers. These people aren't like, Discord mods will always have the most influence in the project. People try to make these stupid arguments that, yes, it sounds good when you just say it and you're trying to be slick. Like, people say, oh, I thought you built this community, Cavell. You mean a Discord mod has more influence than you? It sounds great when you say it. It sounds like, oh, he just got back at Cavell. But your money's on the line right now. You really want to be out here saying slick remarks? The fact of the matter is, a Discord mod has direct ties to the Veve team, direct ties to the Veve team. A Discord mod has information no one else has. They are getting paid every single month from Veve, which that in itself is a very gray area, if not borderline, not leaning towards where we want it to be leaning, by the way. Like, you can't have volunteers being paid. Those are then employees, and if they're not actually employed by you, yet they're employees, that's a whole different set of issues. But then people wanted to argue for days if they were influencers or not. I mean, we're starting to see social media influencers on this from Discord and Twitter. I mean, the SEC seems to think so. So, and this is why I try to warn people of things before it could potentially happen. Now, are the Veve mods doing anything like this? Who knows? I don't know. I don't think so. I wouldn't believe anyone in this community is doing stuff like this, moving like this. But then again, at one point in time, I was naive enough to not believe that there was bots on Veve. So, like I said, I stay neutral, I stay in the middle, and I just take the information for what it is. This is an unnecessary risk. Just put these people on the payroll or make it very, very clear that they get paid. That's all I care about. Make it very, very clear. You have the biggest IP and brands in human history. This should not be a topic of debate. It should not be a topic of concern. It should not be anything that has to be talked about, because it should not appear at all that you're paying people under the table. Because the fact of the matter is, if I made that video and it was public that they were getting paid, people would have been able to be like, oh no, Cavell, you tripping. They have disclosed this clearly right here. It's a debate because it's not disclosed anywhere. It's not disclosed anywhere anybody can see or get to it or remember that it's there or anything like that. It's people who still don't know. It's people who still don't know. And the laws are very, very strict around this stuff, man. So it's important to understand what's going on. That way you can prepare yourself. You can best prepare yourself for it. So yeah, that being said, let's actually move on to the big topic of this, man. The biggest topic, information from this case. So shout out to Crypto Bro. He did a lot of work. He been putting this together, man. Shout out to you, fam. But Godenzi released a chat message on YouTube that he had with a commentator named Foster Hilt. In that chat, Godenzi sought to alleviate negative market information arising from another YouTube video posted by a commentator named Cavell Anderson, in which Anderson alleged that Godenzi scammed Ecomi, and in which Anderson discussed the Singapore litigation. Now, that being said, I don't like the way this is worded, man. I don't like the way this is worded. I don't make allegations. I speak on the allegations that are already there. So I don't want things to come across as if I'm out here alleging these things. Regardless of what people want to say, if I am reading from an article or if I am reading tweets and things like that, it is not my allegation. It is not my allegation whatsoever. It's from whatever source the allegation comes from, which is many sources. It's many sources on the internet. It was a bunch of articles talking about him being a scammer or whatever. Those articles were out there. I was going over those articles and showing people. So yeah, it's like, I don't like the way this is worded as if it's an allegation from me. I don't like it. But yeah, that being said, since y'all out here suing each other for 10 million and stuff, hey, I want to bow out of this. Listen, Ben, I'm on your side, bro. I don't even like Veve. I don't like Ecomi. I got nothing to do with this project, bro. I have nothing at all to do with it. Listen, I'm on your side. I'm on your team. And if my Veve whale win, I'm team Veve, baby. We going to the top $10 on me. Nah, let me stop. But seriously, like let's jump into the actual some more of the articles and what this actually means. So yeah, that being said, Crypto Bro did a nice little thread here, so we finna read it out. Plaintiff Patrick Habel bought Ecomi tokens from Ben Godenzi in December 2021 and January in exchange for $12 million while Godenzi was in Nevada. So it looks like this person sent them $12 million like it was nothing. That's crazy. This is a Veve whale for sure. That's crazy. As Godenzi and Habel were negotiating the first sale, Godenzi told Habel that he had worked with the company for 2.5 years and specifically had designed the unique features that made Ecomi an attractive investment. But unfortunately, the Ecomi team didn't pay our contract for a year, which led to a lawsuit and of course a settlement. Shortly before the negotiations, Godenzi released a statement through YouTube assuring the market that he had in fact resolved his legal disputes with Ecomi. Hable relied on these statements when he purchased the tokens. On June 7, 2022, Business Desk, a newspaper in New Zealand where Ecomi's founder and CEO lives and works, published a story revealing that the dispute between Godenzi and Ecomi was ongoing in New Zealand. Although the parties had settled a Singapore action in 2021, the settlement agreement in the case had explicitly excluded ongoing litigation in New Zealand. In fact, Ecomi had counterclaimed in the New Zealand litigation, alleging that Godenzi defrauded the company. Ecomi's allegations. Had Hable known that Godenzi was involved in significant ongoing litigation with the company, issuing the tokens that he was selling, whose tokens he had himself designed, and that he was alleged to have defrauded that company, Hable would not have purchased the tokens. Hable brings this action to rescind the sales because they constitute securities fraud in violation of Section 10b-5 of the Securities Act and SEC Rule 10b-5 implementing the act. Securities fraud under Nevada law and fraud under Nevada law. So that being said, this is interesting, and it's potentially negative because this case just claimed that the Omi token is a security. So like, look at some of the comments. So Veve's biggest whale and most prominent investor is suing over buying Omi and arguing that he was sold a security fraudulently. I am not sure that's a court argument I would want to make holding billions of Omi, since you are begging the court to rule if it's a security or not. This is where it gets to the sticky gray. Like this could go bad, because if they rule in his favor, that means they're basically ruling that the Omi token is a security in a way. So that opens the gates for the Omi token to be come after by the SEC, from my understanding. That opens that gate. Like I don't know, or maybe at the time that it was sold to him, it was a security, and then maybe that's going to be the argument. At the time it was sold to him, he was sold a security, but now because Veve let him go and they cut ties, and then they rechanged the Omi token from the stuff that he did, maybe now we have a new Omi token that's not a security, and the old one could have been argued that it was. Maybe this is the approach that's going on here. Maybe this is the mindset. Let me know what you all think about that though, because this is a pretty heavy topic, man. This is a heavy topic, and I definitely want to hear some other opinions, because it's I know that I come across like I got a crazy ego and stuff. I have crazy confidence in myself. The fact of the matter is, there's a lot of people a lot smarter than me, so I want to hear what a lot of you all, and you intelligent people, are thinking when you hear this, when you see this. I want to know what you all are thinking, what you all know, because yeah, I don't know. It said the plot just keeps getting better. So basically, okay, this guy, he's just saying that it's Dr. Profit. We don't know that. Okay, so there we go. Let me see what else we got here. We got some more. Once again, bad news for Omi. Dr. Profit wants to buy back low, and Ben Godenzi would have several more billion Omi to dump on us. So I don't think that this is bad news. Dumping Omi, it means people don't understand this. People are worried about how much Omi tokens whales have in this. Oh, they could dump this much at any moment. They could dump that much. This is going to hurt the Omi. Like, if you're a short-term investor and you're making short-term moves, then yes, it is very, very damaging to you. But if you understood coming into this, the risk and the difficulties that this space would have progressing to where it needs to go, and just how much of an undertaking this is to even take this token to where it has potential to go to, you would understand that once this token gets going, nothing can stop it. When you have hundreds of millions of people using this token in the Veveverse, they're buying NFTs, they're doing all this stuff, and then you have a ton of other side projects like video games and fan-made projects and stuff like that, all burning the Omi token every single day. You got fan-made stuff in Asia, fan-made stuff in New Zealand, fan-made stuff in freaking America. You have every single country burning this token in some way, shape, or form, whether it's through Veve and its direct projects, or through fans who's built their own projects or video games. This is going to constantly be burning and pulling on the Omi token. The thing is, we're in the building stages, so people can't see that we're going to have 50 different things one day burning the Omi token. People can't see that. People can't see that the Veveverse by itself is going to have land. It's going to have all these different events and stuff going on. People aren't really looking at it from the perspective of what it's going to be, but where it's at right now. And from where it's at right now, you can't really see how it's going to get to where we're going. But you have to understand that it takes time to really build this to where it's going to go. Where it's going to go is this token is going to be something that a lot of people hold. It's going to, like, this is why they have the IP and brands, so they can get this token in the hands of millions and millions of people, man. So you have to, tens of millions of people. So yeah, that being said, Joe, I think that it's important to really realize why you got people like me saying $10 Omi and things like that. People always want to see the math. They want to see the numbers. They want to see something today. You will never understand why I see $10 Omi if you're thinking about today. Because today is not important. You're talking about stuff, oh, so can I get this in the next 5 years based on this mathematics? This is what makes sense based on what has already been done in the world. People don't realize this Omi token is going to be living and thriving in a time that has never existed in human history, which means there is not a single asset, a single anything that you can compare it to logically. It makes no sense. This is going to be tied to the very first ever NFT project with the biggest IP in human history, a metaverse, land, all these different things that has never existed at any point in history. So for you to be sitting here doing maths, numbers, charts, and calculations based off of stuff that has existed before, it makes absolutely no sense. And also, because this is on the internet, it's on the blockchain, it's going to be able to reach more people than anything ever has in the history of the world as well. It's going to be able to reach every single country. It's going to be able to reach anywhere with internet. And then the world is going to shift towards using NFTs. NFTs is going to become a normal actual currency, like the paper currency is probably going to become obsolete, and crypto is going to take that over. The world is completely going to change. And people are expecting to get rich from this in a few years, when this is really going to be dominating when the world changes. When the world changes, that is when this is going to be at its peak. But people are not preparing for the world change or anything like that. People are just, I don't know. I don't even know what people are doing. People are just out here expecting a quick payday. This is why this project is a retirement for me. I always saw this project as retirement because this is the future of the world. This is the future. This is where the world going. When the financial system crashes and we have to use cryptocurrency and things like that, the world is going to change. So yeah, that being said, man, let me know what you all think. Let me know how you all feel about this. Hopefully you all, hopefully nobody's panicking, upset. This is why it's important for us to just talk, have conversations, and be able to discuss this as a community, come up with solutions more so than be scared of every single problem. Every problem has a solution. You just have to be looking for the solution and not being scared about the problem. But yeah, that's just my opinion. Let me know what you all think. Never financial advice. Be sure to drop that thumbs up, subscribe, and turn on notifications if you're new. And I'm gonna catch you all on the next one. Peace out, fam.